Welcome to episode 1288 of the Multifamily Collective. Today I wanted to talk about setting up an opportunity for you to forget it. But before I go on, let me tell you, you can't just set it and forget it in the multifamily space. So I was thinking on the way in this morning, it was just on the commute, looking around at the environment passing me by, and all of a sudden I saw a Tesla and I saw a person with their hands off the wheel. And I don't know if that was just because they were busy with something else or if they had fully engaged kind of that driverless effect or whatever it's called, autopilot. And it made me think about the property management industry as it relates to teaching, training, mentoring, and coaching. And looking at the other side of that equation where you are the person who is being mentored or coached. And in your career, you kind of have to look at your career over a very long bit of time. And you can't just go to school and get a set of skills and a subset of skills and then learn the business itself and put those skills to work in the business and then just set it and forget it and think that you're going to just realize gains over time, meaning bigger areas of responsibility or otherwise known as promotion. You can't just set it and forget it. You have to constantly and consistently train yourself up, train yourself out of the position that you're in today because you train yourself into the position that you're ready for in the future. And you can't just take your hands off the wheel. You have to be in it and you have to be defining it and you have to be setting goals around it ongoing all the time. You have to take control of your trajectory in any career that you're in. You can't just sit back and wait for someone to do it for you. There is an old school, or let's say it's a different way of thinking about the work world. And this was really applicable, let's say 25, 30 years ago. You could go to work and you could work really hard and you could produce really good results. And as a function of those two things, your work really spoke for itself. Your ethics really spoke for themselves. And as a function of those two things, people would look around and they would say, hey, so-and-so works really hard. So-and-so has a great character. So-and-so has great outcomes. Let's promote that person. Let's identify them as a high po or high potential, and let's get a career track going for them and let's move them through the system. That doesn't exist anymore. I'm not going to say it doesn't exist anymore, but it's not as prevalent today in today's workforce as it was back then. Today, you really have to promote yourself in a way that is not so much relying on the person that you work for and with to identify and recognize and move you through a system. You have to go out and reskill and upskill and constantly be training yourself and teaching yourself using outside resources or resources that are internal to your business and raising your hand for those opportunities that might be presenting themselves. As you got a employment posting, you should go out and apply for that thing. Even if you're not ready for it, going through the exercise or the rep of interviewing for a higher level of responsibility will give you a picture of what would be expected of you at that level. Or the rep of the interview process gives you a bit of a skill set in and of itself. So my encouragement to you today is this: it's not hands-free. Work is not it's not like a Tesla. It's not like the cars of the future that are here today. You have to be hands-on in your experience, hands-on in your effort to grow in your areas of responsibility. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.